And we're back. And when I say and we're back, I mean, obviously me, I'm your host, Mike. But also, it is my favorite time of year. It is college football season, baby. And I am fucking stoked. Sorry for the language. My apologies. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. Obviously, being a big college football fan, like to me, it's the best time of year. It's like Christmas for me. So super excited about that. Got a great episode coming up. Had a fun time with Adrianne, or Adrianne Hodap, from Hermosa Brewing. She's the head brewer there. She had a great story. We talked a bunch about beer, all that sort of stuff, and then talked about the different locations that they have. They have one in Torrance, is where they brew, and then they actually have the location in Hermosa Beach as well. So, also, yeah, we're talking a little college football. Can't wait for you guys to hear the interview with her, though. Also, with her, with Adrianne, we actually found out we were kind of became best friends because of the way we are In-N-Out burger order and all that sort of stuff. So, super stoked for you guys to listen to this. But let's crack a brewski, give it a reviewski. All right, so this first one we got here is a Czech Pilsner. This one is obviously from Hermosa Brewing. It's a Czech Pilsner called Check Your Head. It's pretty awesome. I like the can artwork. Shout out to, I believe his name is John Faso. I apologize, but his artwork is at Fasolicious. So check him out on Instagram. But honestly, like I said, they were just super great people. Got to meet the owner and all that sort of stuff. It was really cool. But let's crack this sucker open, eh? Oh yeah. It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm doing this part. Love hearing that crack and seeing that spike when I'm recording. Here we go. Let's pour, eh? Oh yeah. Ooh, and I love this Czech Pilsner too because it's obviously super clear. Looks really good. On the nose, it's coming in at 4.8%, so super light. We get, nothing too heavy. It's a perfect beer for the summer. Let's go ahead and jump on in for a drink ski. Oh, yeah. That is good. Super refreshing. Like I said, super clear. You get you get those hoppy notes to it. Delicious. It's bright, it's colorful. Let's do this thing. I don't know how many of those I'm going to have today. Well, probably all of them. But let's go ahead and give this one a score. I really like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm going to give this a solid 9 for being a Pilsner because I love that it has like that hoppy, those hoppy notes to it. It has a little bit of bitterness, and it's just like, honestly, it's really well balanced. It's really good. So solid 9. Adrianne or Hodap on tap is killing it. So keep on doing what you're doing. But yeah, let's jump into some headlines, and we'll also put the interview in the timestamp for when that starts. I know I've been kind of going long on intros lately, so I'll try to keep this one a little shorter. Some headlines, honestly, it was a sad one because Bray Wyatt passed away, the wrestler. Not really sure what had happened to him. But, I mean, being only 36, man, that's freaking sad. That's freaking crazy. And he was, but came back to WWE after being released. And then, in February, they said he went down with an injury, but it turns out, he had some type of illness. So, I mean, super sad. I mean, so got to give it out thoughts and prayers out to their family. Really hope that they're able to somehow get through this. And, but yeah, Bray, I mean, it was an awesome competitor. Obviously, great gimmick that he had. Really, really, really sad. But I really hope that, the family can find their way through something like this. Otani got hurt. And that's huge for the Angels. Especially, I mean, obviously for the Angels, it's huge for him because, I mean, they're they said he was going to continue to hit, but it looks like he's going to need surgery. And I mean, what does that do when they were talking about him being a $500 million, $600 million player? So, I mean, now you're taking the ball out of his hand and now he's only going to be able to hit. So, I mean, at least that's the way it looks. He could potentially go down the road and end up being like a John Smoltz, being a closer or like a long reliever. But I mean, with the stuff that Ohtani has, he could definitely be a closer and do like that John Smoltz kind of role. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I think now going from a $600 million player to maybe $300 million, maybe he's making 30 a year. But we'll see. I mean, who knows how it's all going to play out. I mean, at this point, he really doesn't need to do anything. You could just shut him down, but I mean, obviously Angels want to put fans in the stands and it's kind of tough to fill Angel Stadium right now because of how the team's playing. But we'll see. Updated like baseball. Baseball's getting, starting to really ramp up now. And I've been talking about it more lately because as we're getting closer to the playoffs. But the updated standings, so obviously the Dodgers have been on a tear lately. So they're way up on top of the NL West. Milwaukee's up 4 games on the Cubs. Atlanta's up 13.5 on the Phillies. Baltimore's in it. I mean, they're up 3 games on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's kind of fallen off. Their whole Wander Franco thing kind of got crazy. Minnesota's up 6 games. They're kind of pulling away from Cleveland. And the division to watch, though, right now, honestly, is the AL West. I mean, with Seattle, Texas, and Houston. Seattle and Texas are tied for first. Houston's in second, out of the division by a game. But Seattle just on a run right now. They're on a tear. They're 9-1 in their last 10. I mean, honestly, you got to look out for them because, I mean, they could end up winning the division and who knows? I mean, we can see how everything, because Astros are kind of playing not very good baseball right now. I think they're 4-6 in their last 10. So we'll see how they finish up. I mean, if they keep playing the way they are, they may not even make the playoffs after making that big trade for Verlander, and that would be huge. And especially with the Rangers, too. I mean, you make that trade after DeGrom goes down for that freaking Max Scherzer. Still don't like him. My apologies, Max. But we'll see how it plays out. We're getting closer. I think it's like 33 games left, 34 games left. So it's coming down to crunch time for baseball. Well, I'm going to chug the rest of this beer. And then I'm going to jump into the rhythm to another Hermosa beer. And then I'm going to jump in a little bit to college football. And we'll start the interview after that. Let's do this thing. Woo. For everyone that knows me, or at least it's like met me in person, knows I cannot chug. I recorded the other day with Brewski Bonds from the Chug World Order. And we did a chug for the reel for when that episode comes out in a few weeks. And it was me, Paul, and Brewski for all at Noble. And I lost the chug off. And it wasn't even close. Like they were done and like 5-6 seconds went by and I was still going with mine. I definitely cannot chug. My buddy Ernie, I can chug his ass off. But let's jump into Rhythm and Melody. It's a sweet looking can artwork because it's awesome because it has like all these different, it has like the, what do you want to call them? Like the notes, I guess, like music notes and stuff like that on the can. It's super colorful. It's like a bluish and like a little bit of, looks like maybe purple and black in there. But it's a double dry hop New England IPA. So it's a hazy, coming in at, I think it's, 6.4%. So let's go ahead. Let's jump on in. Water's fine. All right. Also about Hermosa, the one down in Torrance, they have pinball machines and they do karaoke nights. They do have like music there. They do get like food trucks and stuff like that as well. So definitely come down, like go down there and check it out. It's just a really cool place. It's got great vibes. They got good beer and, just, give it a shot. Honestly, cool merch too. They got really cool merch. They got cool can artwork. Beer's great. You can go down there, have a bite when they have, vendors there and stuff like that. You can sing some karaoke, maybe play some pinball. I've always been a homer for pinball. Love that. All right, so let's pour this beer here. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. And I went from Canadian to I don't know if that was Russian or what, but good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's see. All right, well, a little head retention there. So obviously that's good. You want head retention when you're in your beer, especially a hazy. So while that settles, going to jump in a little bit. I'll mention what we're doing today for week 0. So normally I record my intros on Sundays, but I'm going to be really busy tomorrow, so I want to knock it out today. But yeah, it's first weekend of college football. SC's playing San Jose State. Notre Dame's playing Navy. Vandy's playing Hawaii. I'm always, like I said, this is like Christmas for me. I was up at 6 a.m. through the pork butt or pork shoulder in the smoker. It's currently wrapped right now, and it's to get that temp up to 204, 205, so I can shred that sucker later. I'm gonna make carnitas with that, so that should be good. Also gonna do some asada. I think Navi's getting some Wagyu asada. Should be good. Gonna have some tacos, and I think some shrimp too. We're gonna have shrimp tacos. We're gonna have it all. I think we're even gonna do some beer can chicken just to throw that in there. But yeah, it's always my favorite time of year. All right. Well, this head is still, it ain't going down much, but that is. Oh yeah, it smells good. Oh yeah. Super on the nose, man. You get all these you get these super floral notes. I don't know why I keep saying super so often. I think I might have said it in the beginning of the show or the beginning of the interview 5 or 6 times. So apologies for saying super, eh? I don't know if anybody remembers that grocery store. All right, I'm going to jump in. Oh, yeah. Frickin' A, that's good. It's hazy, super floral. I said super again. But even the other one, it's really well balanced. It's not bitter or anything like that. You get really, really nice notes. I want to say, they brewed it with, I didn't see on the can. Let me take a look around here. Sabro and Citra. Yeah, so Citra makes sense because of you can definitely get those Citra notes from it. Really good. Like I said, go down and support, man. Go down to Hermosa. Go to either location. I think in the Hermosa Beach location they actually have a kitchen, so they do have food there and stuff too. So if you want to grab a bite, go down to Torrance if you want to play some pinball. Hit both on the same day. Check it out, man. And everybody was super nice when I was there. I got to hang out. And, it's almost super thankful for they let me go down there and drink some of their beer and hang out and talk and do this sort of thing, which I love to do. But all right. This one I'm going to give, I really like this. I'm going to give us a 9.5. I really like this hazy. Like I said, super smooth, really good. All right. College football, baby. We are back. I was just going to kind of go over the top 10 for the AP poll. I mean, we got Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, LSU, Penn State, Florida State, Washington. And then I'm going to talk about a couple of teams outside the top 10. So I'll try to keep it brief. But just a few things Georgia, I get at number 1. I mean, they're defending they're back-to-back champs. I mean, the only thing is we don't really know who their quarterback's going to be. They did lose some guys on defense, but lately Georgia just reloads. So, I mean, there's not much to say there. They don't have a tough schedule. So I think they're going to be just fine, even with the quarterback situation. And you got a guy like Brock Bowers, your tight end, who's going to be able to just take some pressure, off the quarterback. Next one was Michigan. I feel like Michigan might be the most complete team out of them, and with JJ's back, and I mean with the running backs and stuff like that. I mean, they have a good room, but then there's the whole Harbaugh thing. So I think that's kind of a wait and see. But I still really think that Michigan's defense is going to be really good, and I think Michigan's got a real shot at the playoff this year. Ohio State. What is there really to say about Ohio State? But who's going to be the quarterback? I mean, from what they're saying, it's going to be a 2-horse race. and they're going to probably use the two quarterbacks, in each game. I mean, in the first couple of games. But then I think you have Notre Dame in September, like on the 23rd or something like that. So that's going to be a tough one. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to feel about Ohio State just yet. I think we'll find out more in the next few weeks, and we'll really find out when they play Notre Dame. Honestly, like, was it out of the... And then you got Alabama. Kind of the same thing. Like, who's it going to be? Like, who's going to be your quarterback? I really don't... I don't know. I just don't really feel like they have, like... I mean, I get their ranking at 4, but I feel like that might be high. But I think they're getting that ranking because it is Alabama. I mean, when you really think about it, like last year, like their defense wasn't very good. Like in all the games they lost, they gave up what, like, I don't know, 40, 50 points. Like, well, they gave up what, 40 something or 50 something to Tennessee, gave up a bunch to LSU. They could have easily lost or been like 9-4 or like 9-3 last year or 8-4, because they lost. I mean, they won like, quite a few close games. But I mean, I've always said that if you have a good quarterback and you're playing Alabama and you have good receivers, their secondaries hasn't been very good. I mean, and it's, pretty clear. Like, I mean, Tennessee proved it last year. LSU proved it last year. And then Alabama struggles with running quarterbacks as well. So, I mean, I still think Alabama's good. I still definitely think they're top 10, but I think 4 is a little low. I mean, 4 is a little high. I mean, this next team, I want to say because they're not really a dark horse sitting at 5, but LSU, like, I feel like they could really make some noise this year. I mean, I think Brian Kelly's a great coach, and I know I'm not a big Notre Dame fan or anything like that, being an SC fan, obviously, but I really feel like Brian Kelly is doing things really well there. LSU's recruiting really well. Jaden Daniels is back, who could be like a sleeper for the Heisman this year, I feel like, as long as he can stay healthy. I feel like LSU's got the guys to do something. I know they got throttled by Georgia in the SEC title game. But still, I mean, I feel like they can, in year 2, I think they got a real shot. SC, my team, coming in number 6. I do feel like they are getting a little bit of a bad rap because of the defense. I get it, and rightfully so. I understand, but I mean, last year everybody was like, "Oh, you need to fire Alex Grinch and all this stuff. Let him go." But when you think about it, look at what he inherited. That defense that Clay Helton was rolling out there every week was just absolutely dog shit. They were giving up over 200 yards rushing a game. So you translate that and you bring in a new coach. Like, you can fix, like, in year 1, you can kind of fix one side of the ball. And obviously Lincoln was going to fix the offense because, that's what his focus is. I mean, that's what his primary, when he's coaching. He runs the offense. I mean, but they did have a lot of injuries towards the end of the year, and they couldn't tackle. Early on, they were playing actually pretty decent defense. It wasn't great, but I mean, it was maybe like, could have been like 60th or, 50th in the country, something like that, but not as bad as they finished. So a lot of injuries kind of happened. That's no excuse. They still lost all those games, but they couldn't tackle, couldn't do a lot of things. They did overhaul the defense this year, but we'll see. I mean, I don't really know. Well, I mean, no one really knows what's going to happen. I mean, well, based on the guys they got, the defense should be a lot better. But like I said, we don't know. We will watch, the first, 5-6 weeks aren't there. I mean, there aren't any real big tests. And then then you got the back end of the schedule with like Notre Dame and Utah, Oregon, Washington, UCLA. Cal is in there. Cal always plays them tough. So, I mean, we'll see. But I'm not too sure yet. And I'll get more. I'll make my picks for the playoffs next week. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about SC. I think they'll be all right. We'll see. Next one, Penn State. I think Penn State has the potential to be like kind of scary good. It just depends, though. I mean, it kind of depends on like the quarterback play, their defense too. But I feel like Penn State's, kind of like a popular pick right now. But I'm not trying to jump on the bandwagon, but I think they look good. I think they look like they're set for the season, but I still think it's Michigan or Ohio State that wins that. Well, wins the Big Ten. I'm going to throw Florida State and Clemson in the same boat. Florida State wants to show they're not like really a one-hit wonder after winning 6 straight games last year or towards the end of the season. And Clemson, you can't. I know Dabo had a bad year last year. I get it. But I feel like Clemson should be better this year. I don't think Dabo's going to roll out and have another bad season. So I think they're going to be pretty good. And to kind of round out the top 10, Washington. I like Penix. Guy won me some money when I was betting on him back in the COVID year, I think. Kalen DeBoer is doing a really good job up there. I feel like he's a really good coach. We'll see how that all plays out. But, I feel like they could make some noise, but the Pac-12 is so strong this year. And honestly, it's probably the first time in a long time where you could say that they're really strong. You have USC. I feel like UCLA is going to be good too. I know they have like a 3-horse race going for their quarterback room, but I feel like they're going to be really good. So you got them. SC, UCLA. You got Utah. Who's Utah? Not much else to say there. Then you got Oregon, who's playing really well. Or played well last year. Probably going to be good this year. They're all they're in the top 25. And you got Oregon State, Washington. I even think the Arizona schools are going to be better. But I think Washington should be pretty good. I don't know if they're going to end up, because I think the Pac-12 has like 5 teams in the top 25. And it being the Pac-12's like swan song, being the last year of the Pac-12. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But the Pac-12 is going to be really strong. But what they do every year is they just beat each other up. And honestly, the Pac-12 doesn't do any favors for like when it comes to scheduling and stuff like that. So I'm kind of glad the Pac-12 is going to be dissolved. It's sad because for as long as I've been a fan of SC, it's always been either Pac-10 or the Pac-12. So it's crazy that all this is happening, but that's what happens when you really F up a whole conference. And thanks, Larry Scott. That's on you. Last couple of things I want to talk about before we jump into the interview. A couple teams just outside the top 10. I want to talk about Notre Dame because I really feel like now with Sam Hartman, they have a really good shot at being pretty good. Notre Dame was lacking, and that's a nice way of saying it, when it came to the quarterback position last year. Like Buckner and what was the Drew something? I can't remember his name is. All 3 of the quarterbacks they played last year just weren't very good. So, we'll see how they play, but I really think with Sam Hartman, they can go a long way. The only thing is, they do have some games on their schedule that are kind of, obviously they do play SC, they play Ohio State. One team that might be kind of sneaky and give them a game, I think, is like NC State. I think the Wolfpack's in the house. I feel like they could be pretty good. But Notre Dame, I think it all comes down to their defense. Because the defense was on the field a lot last year, and I feel like that's where Sam Hartman's going to help, because they're going to be able to hopefully sustain drives and keep the defense off the field so they stay fresh. So I feel like Notre Dame could have a really big year. So shout out to, the family that's all big there's a lot of my family that's big Notre Dame fans, so shout out to you guys. I feel like they're going to do really well. Oregon State, I kind of mentioned them a few minutes ago. Love Oregon State. Jonathan Smith might be, outside of Lincoln Riley, might be one of my favorite coaches in college football. I loved him when he was there, when he had like TJ, who's a quarterback. He was with TJ Husmanzada and all those guys. I don't want to say Chad Ochocinco was on that team. But yeah, I feel like Oregon State's really got a shot. Now they have DJ Uiagalelei, if I said that right, hopefully. But I feel like they could make some noise. Like I said, I think the Pac-12 is just going to beat the shit out of each other this year. And I hope SC can kind of get through unscathed, but we'll see. I think it's going to take, you can only get in the playoff with 1 loss. If you're going defeated, great, but we'll see. And last team I wanted to talk about before we start it up is, obviously I'm an SC fan, so everybody knows that. I've mentioned it before. But I've always had a second team. I've always had a team I cheered for as a kid as well, and that's the Wisconsin Badgers. The Badger Nation. Everybody jump. And that's, everybody jump. I know. I can't sing. But either way, Wisconsin has always been a contending team. They've always had a good offensive line, a good running back, and I'm sorry to say this, but like a game manager quarterback, like outside of Russell Wilson. They've had guys, like Brooks Bollinger and all these, guys, fucking Graham Mertz last year. Hopefully he does well, though, at Florida. It's always been run first. But where they've always kind of struggled is when they play like those fast-paced teams like Ohio State, who just like, getting up, lining up and going, they get throttled. I mean, and it's like, I feel like now with Luke Fickell being the head coach, I really think that they could make some noise. I feel like Fickell's he obviously is a good recruiter. Look what he did at Cincinnati. And going to a smaller market, like obviously like, going into Camp Randall, over with the Badgers, I mean, I feel like he can do really well. And if he can snag a few guys here and there and, keep bringing in the hog mollies, on that offensive line, to be able to, in the trenches, to be able to, knock those guys over, run the ball. I think, was it Mordecai is going to be one of their quarterbacks now? Because I know, but he's more like the runner. We'll see. But I really feel like Luke Fickell is the perfect fit. All right. Well, I'm going to shut up now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Like I said, go and support your local breweries, especially like, places like Hermosa. Honestly, they have great beer, great vibes, and just all around good people. And Adrianne was a sweetheart. She was super nice, and I really hope you guys enjoy the interview. So stay tuned for that, and then stay tuned for the outro, because I'm going to chug this beer. Ooh. All right, guys, we're back in the tap room, and I have a very special guest on today. I have Adrianne Hodap, the head brewer from Hermosa Brewing. How are you doing today?
I am well. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm hurting a little bit. It was a long Friday night, but I'm doing great, and I'm just glad I got to come down here, and you and I have been kind of messaging for the last couple. Well, I feel like it's been a couple months now.
While, yeah.
So being able to finally make this happen is awesome, and I'm not so everybody that's listening. It's off of Del Amo and Western, pretty much are like the big main cross streets. Mm-hmm. It's so cool in here. Like they have artwork, they have pinball machines, and like who doesn't like to play, have a beer and play pinball? They have giant Jenga, a plethora of different beers to choose from, but it's really cool. I love the vibe. And you guys have another location in Hermosa, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that the original?
Yes.
Okay. How long has the brewery been open?
So we've been open here since January of this year.
Okay.
The whole brewery since 2018.
Okay.
So Hermosa is a restaurant, tap room.
Gotcha.
They've been open since 2018.
Okay. So if you want to come down to Torrance and have a beer, or if you want to go to Hermosa, you can grab a burger and a bite.
Yeah.
But I have a very great smelling Kolsch in front of me, so I'm gonna take a drink of that. I needed it after last night. How long have you been brewing?
I have been brewing for about 8 years now.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I started out at Brewer Brewing Company in Lancaster.
Oh, cool.
And then I went to Three Weavers, and I was there until last year, and then I started working here in last December. So,
oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had Three Weavers before, and I remember, and it was probably a couple of years ago, and I remember it being, I can't remember which one it exactly was, but I remember it almost looked like a puff cereal kind of can, and I remember that being really good.
Was it recent?
Honestly, maybe a year or two ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it happens. So that's cool, though. So you were at Lancaster, were you like homebrewing prior to that, or?
I've never homebrewed, ever.
Oh, awesome.
I know. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, no, I was working at another brewery that it's not open anymore, but I started as just like a server.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and I just it was the beginning of my beer journey, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And so I fell in love with beer, and I was like, I want to brew, and they were kind of it was a really small operation.
Yeah.
They just didn't have the space for me to like move into the back, so then Bravery was like, well, we'll take you. So I started, washing kegs and scrubbing floors 2 days a week.
Yeah.
and working in the tap room as well. But
yeah.
Then I moved full time to the brewery, and I just learned everything there. Started on like a 3-barrel system.
Wow.
Yeah. It was cute.
That's cool. I mean, because like you don't you don't hear that very often. I think it was Naomi that I spoke with from Helium down in Vista. But yeah, like where she had never brewed before, but always wanted to try it, and then everything kind of fell into place. So that's really cool that you don't hear that story very often, where a lot of people start off home brewing and all that. So.
Yeah, it is. It's a whole different world too, because it's just different. Production is way different than home brewing. There's so many different techniques, and there's so much knowledge out there, and it's interesting to combine the two. Cause,
I bet.
Like here, the owners are home brewers, or were, and then now they have their whole production facility. So it's interesting to hear, their methods and things.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I love. And this beer is delicious, by the way.
Thank you.
So this is the Ollie. It's a Kolsch style blonde ale, and it's coming in at 5%. I'm surprised I can still see that far. It's not that far, but no, this is delicious.
Good, thank you.
There's always the pause in there while I'm drinking my beers on the show. So do you have a favorite style you like to brew or drink? Or we'll start with brew, and then we can talk about what you like to drink.
Well, you want to brew what you want to drink, right?
Yeah, for sure, that's true, yeah.
As you can see by the menu, there are like 1 million light beers up there.
Yeah.
I do enjoy myself a good lager, pilsner.
Okay.
But lately I've been really into IPAs, like West Coast IPAs. I'm back on the train.
Yeah.
And I like to, when I go out, I'm usually ordering an IPA. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they've kind of made a resurgence too, like West Coast.
It's so funny. People keep saying that. Or I read there was an article I saw pop up the other day, and it was like, West Coast IPAs are making a comeback. And I'm sitting here like, did they go away? I'm not sure. I guess they were kind of, like hazy IPA kind of took over the scene for so long that it was in the background, but I don't think they ever really went away.
No, they did. I don't feel like they went away, but I just feel like they're getting popular again.
I see.
And that was kind of because I remember I was recording a show, and that was kind of how I came in contact with you. Is I just happened to I was at a store and I saw the Hazy AF, which I love the name, the New England IPA, and I was like, and I just was I had never tried it before, and I poured myself a glass while I was talking to this person on the show, and I was like, holy shit! Like I was like, what? It was like, where is this, and where can I get more?
Nice.
And and that's why I was like, well, I'm just gonna reach out to him, because that's what I like to do. Like if I can send a message, and if somebody responds, cool. If not, it's no big deal. Life goes on. But you guys responded right away, and it was super cool. And now we're here.
Yeah.
So this is super fun for me, and being able to try that. That's what I was like. I missed when we were talking the other day. I was like, I can't wait to try more of them.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about it. So I do like you said you've been more into IPAs. So like the West Coast, do you like pilsners and stuff like that as well?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I just brewed Czech Pils yesterday.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
That sounds delightful.
So excited for that.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I have my fest beer in the tank right now, in the bright tank. I actually have to keg it today, but I'm excited for that too.
That's so cool. Yeah. And do you are you constantly changing your recipe or anything like that, or do you kind of?
It's I mean, things change. Things are changing all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tweaking things and just, trying to dial in the bitterness and stuff lately for me has been my biggest thing, because I don't know, that's just something you got to do.
Oh yeah.
But I just brewed a fresh hop pale ale, and I'm like, this has zero bitterness. And I'm trying to think of a way to remedy this problem. So yeah, it's supposed to be a pale ale is the thing, and I'm like, this is gonna end up a blonde ale, and that's not. I don't want another blonde ale.
But I'm sure it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it smells great. It's Cascade, so it's kind of like this. It's pretty lemony because they're kind of late harvest for it. This year has been weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was sort of late-ish harvest, so they're super lemony. They're really, really good.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I always find when it comes to the brewing side, or anytime I talk to a brewer, it's how sometimes they can get is even in Mexican lagers and stuff like that. It tastes like there's lime in there, but there's no lime.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times it could be Citra or stuff like that, but it amazes me how they can pull those flavors from the hops and stuff like that.
Might also have a lot to do with acidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in general.
Yeah. But yeah, there's just everything, like, it just, I nerd out over that stuff. I love hearing people talk about their passion and stuff like that. So this is always fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and cheers.
And you get beer.
Yeah. Get to have a beer and have a good time. So were the home I can't talk today. The owners they were home brewing prior. When did they was this like a dream kind of concept for them to start something like this?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's okay.
I think I have heard this story, but I don't want to be wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway.
That's all right.
They were home brewing, and I think they're both, South Bay. They live in the South Bay, and it was like, we want somewhere to be able to go and drink beer.
Yeah.
That's not, the regular local dive bar that has Budweiser on tap.
Yeah.
So I think that was like the seed that was planted, and then here we are.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, and thinking of Hermosa, because I love grew up going to Hermosa Beach, Huntington and all that stuff, because I grew up surfing with my stepdad. I was kind of every time I think of beach breweries, I always think of surfers, surfers that wanted to have a beer, and that's why they did it.
I'm pretty sure that was, that's one of the things.
Yeah.
Hermosa's, I think, well known for surfing.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I'm I don't know. I don't surf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you originally from? Are you from the area?
I'm from Lancaster.
Okay.
So an hour and a half northeast.
Okay.
From here. Yeah, born and raised, and I moved to Long Beach when I was 29.
Okay.
So, yeah, 4 years ago. People don't know. People don't know how old I am. So.
Yeah. We'll edit that out. I'm just kidding.
Okay. I don't care.
Yeah. Do you remember what the first beer you brewed was?
Yes. My first recipe, first beer I ever brewed, shadowing, I don't remember. But my first recipe was a Dunkelweizen.
Oh.
So a dark German wheat beer.
Wow.
And the name was Hodap on Tap, which is my last name.
That's
and
cool.
It was started out as a joke, and I was honestly, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that name.
Tap.
And then it just stuck, and I was fine, whatever. So yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, that's cool, and I'm sure it was good. And how long ago was you said? Was that for Bravery?
That was at Bravery, and that was 2016. I think it was 2016. It's 2023. Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm when it comes to math, when my head's not all foggy.
Yeah.
I'm usually really good at math.
Well, I'm just I don't really, if I had, my resume here, it would be much easier. But I don't have a timeline. I'm when did I start there? When did I leave Kinetic? Yeah, so I don't know.
No, it's all good.
I think it was 2016.
Yeah, I wanted to ask too, who does the merch or the can artwork and all that stuff? Because I like you guys' can artwork. It's some of them, I know the Hazy F, it's super simple, but it's it just pops, the can pops.
Yeah, his name is John Falso.
Okay.
And he's our resident artist.
Awesome.
He did this whole mural, and he did the Descendants thing, logo, whatever.
Yeah.
And he did, I think most of our can art, you can kind of tell, Hazy AF, I don't think is his design. Yeah. But he did. Recently, we just canned Cerberus, which is my first recipe here. It's a West Coast IPA.
Okay.
And he did the artwork for that, which is really cool because it's a 3-headed dog that guards awesome. The gates of hell. And it's pretty rad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll have to try that one next.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try that. No, but I love all the merchandise is really cool. I mean, I love that sloth. That one's really cool. And then that one's awesome too.
Yeah.
And I would just love I love beach themed anything.
Yeah.
So if it has palm trees on it, I'm wearing it.
Yep. As you're wearing it.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing the Lost Winds.
Lost Winds.
Yeah, I love Lost Winds down in I can't San Clemente.
Okay.
Way too foggy this morning.
I've never heard of that brewery, but I don't go down south. I pretty much stay here.
Okay.
Or go to Ventura or something, but
yeah. One thing I was asking brewers, have you ever had a stuck mash?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of times.
Yeah.
My worst one was the first one, obviously, because you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It took me 6 hours to run off.
Oh, wow.
And it was a rye porter.
Oh.
And I forgot rice holes.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
I forgot rice holes that day, but then we had to brew the next day. You know, it was a big batch we were doing because I think we were filling barrels with it. But the next day I did not forget rice holes, but the same thing happened, so I don't know what happened, but it was miserable.
Well, they always say, anytime I talk to a brewer, they always say rice holes are key.
Yeah, it's crazy because I've always thought that, and then here, my boss doesn't believe in them.
Oh, really?
For some reason, and every time I'm like, let's get some rice holes. He's like, no. So I actually have only had one really bad stuck mash here.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's like a little slow, but it's never been. It's never been like how it was that one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't use rice holes anymore, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah, that's crazy because I don't think I've ever talked to a brewer where they don't use them.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's so funny. He's probably gonna listen to this, but he always tells me, he's like, "You do things so weird," and I'm like, "You do things weird." Yeah.
he's all talk. You could tell him talk to every other brewer out there. They all use rice holes. You're the weird one. And I'm just kidding, owner. Don't.
His name's Jorge.
Yeah.
He's lovely.
All right, Jorge, please. I'm sorry. My apologies. I'm just joshing. My mom calls me an old man for saying joshing. Well, my whole family does.
Josh. My mom says that. So.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well,
checks out.
yeah. Factually correct. Oh man, do you guys have events here and stuff like that?
Yeah. So we have an extra space over there. I didn't even take you over there.
Oh, it's okay. I saw I can see the chairs through the window.
There's a little extra space over there. It's kind of just a lounge area.
Okay.
But we have hosted someone had their wedding here a couple months ago. Yeah. And they did the ceremony in there, and then the reception was here. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Yeah.
So we do that. We have a boardroom, so people rent that out pretty frequently.
Okay.
And then that's pretty much it so far.
Yeah. And I saw that you guys have so you guys have musicians come down. You have comedians come down and stuff too.
We do, yeah. Well, here, yes, we do have bands here sometimes. I'm not sure. I think the comedy show is. You know what? I actually don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
I'm I'm reading this poster for the first time.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we do have live bands here sometimes. And then we start doing karaoke on Thursdays.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's in the other room, so not invasive to regular people that want to come in and drink. I'm so against karaoke.
Oh, I was gonna say, so are you a karaoke girl? But...
Unless it's late, if you're at a dive bar and you're at a karaoke bar, then cool, that's your jam. But when you want to go to a brewery and have a beer and there's drunk people singing Journey, Yeah.
I stick with 2 songs, and it's usually "Don't Fear the Reaper" by Blue Oyster Cult, and "Living on a Prayer" by John.
Hell yeah! You can't. I mean, that's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah,
mine is
sure.
Either "Friends in Low Places" by Garth Brooks,
banger,
or
so good.
"What's Up" by Four Non Blondes.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it that song?
Yep. That's
I was wait a second, that's a great song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen to that on the car ride home. But
it's a good one.
I'm such a huge 90s music person. Do you have so are you big on 90s music as well?
Yes.
Other than Four Non Blondes, who are your favorites, or some of your favorites from the 90s?
Britney Spears.
Okay, there you go.
Love Britney, even though she's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't be mad.
Yeah.
Love Britney Spears. I really like Red Hot Chili Peppers were big in the 90s.
Yeah.
Third Eye Blind is really good.
Oh yeah, Third Eye Blind's great.
I love the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, who doesn't?
I know. It's so
Name
fun.
is one of my favorite songs ever.
Yes.
So good.
Just that vibe. I was into Garbage.
Oh yeah.
And No Doubt. You know.
No Doubt's cool.
All kinds of things. I like all my phone is a mess when it comes to music. People are like, what do you like? And I'm like, I put my phone on shuffle, and it's like the saddest song that you've ever heard in your whole life, and then like Bullet for My Valentine comes on next, and you're just like, okay, yeah, this is the vibe.
Yeah. This is what this is. This is my life.
Yeah.
But I love that, though, because do you remember the old like black iPods? Like, or like they had black ones, white ones, but it was like the so I had the black one. It was like the first one that had video on it.
When you like, yeah, me too. And you have to like swipe the thing to move around. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I would, I had that, and we had a rule in my car because I had that one, and I had like, I don't know, a couple thousand songs on it way back when. Before now, you can have like 1 million songs on your phone. But when I had that one, we would get in the car. It was always me, my brother, and my buddy Ivan. And we'd get in the car, and we'd be like, all right, well, if you skip it, you can't go back. But it was always on shuffle. So you just put it on shuffle, and whatever song came on. You can skip, but you can't go back. So we would we just burn through songs. But then when a 90s one would come on, like the Wallflowers or something like that.
Oasis.
Oh, yeah. Like, I love the Wallflowers, too, because I love, like, Jacob Dylan. I mean, I don't know. People may not know who the Wallflowers are. Listen to this. Who knows?
Weren't they? They're kind of a one-hit wonder, aren't they?
Yeah, they had One Headlight.
Yes.
But they had like Three Marlenas was a great song. They also had Sixth Avenue Heartache, and I'm just going to go down the '90s rabbit hole right now. So.
Hell yeah.
But I love like Push by. Is it not Dave? That's not Dave Matthews. That's going to bug me. I might have to look it up later because I don't want to just pull it up on my phone right now. But yeah, any 90s stuff. To me, it was the best. And even like, I'm not going to lie, I like Backstreet Boys. And I mean, I would listen to their song. Who didn't?
Yeah.
Know their songs.
Still great. It's a good jukebox play.
Yeah. Well, it's like even people hate on Creed. And like, I fucking love Creed. Yeah. Banger. Yeah. Me and my buddy were joking around. I mean, I don't know, we're joking around, but we kind of almost joked enough to where it was kind of now it's coming into it might actually happen. We're talking about it, because it's Three Doors Down and Creed together in the Bahamas.
Oh my gosh, you need to do that.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds like the dream.
That is the dream.
Yeah.
Yes, go do that.
Oh, that's one of the things I love about this show too. It's just being able to like, because we can talk about all the beer stuff, but we can talk about other stuff that that you're into, and like, because not everybody always gets to have their story told, or be able to just voice what like all the, like I said, voice the kind of stuff you're into. Are there other things that you're like really into, like outside of like when you're not brewing?
Cooking.
Ooh, nice. I love to cook too.
Love to cook. Yeah, I have like, my favorite chef is Molly Boz.
Okay.
She worked for Bon Appetit for a while, and now she has her own cookbook. She's actually dropping another one in October. Super excited, but her recipes are always super fun.
Okay.
And I have a very similar palate to her, I think, because she's like vinegar and everything, pickled everything. Like,
yeah.
She just dropped a grilled cheese recipe with like this peppercini olive anchovy relish, and I'm like, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little off the wall sometimes, but I dig it.
Hey, I mean, as long as you're making something you want to eat, like you said, like brewing something you want to drink.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite like style? Do you like Italian food, or do you
I'm all over the place.
Okay.
Like, I love Thai food.
Okay.
I love sushi, Japanese food. I love Asian food, cuisine, but I don't cook it at home.
Yeah.
It's hard to source a lot of these, a lot of the ingredients, mostly because I don't have grocery stores near me that have these things, but yeah, I don't really have a specific cuisine. I guess I'm starting to get kind of more into like Italian.
Okay.
I know I've been obsessed with tomatoes lately, which
nice.
is so cooking with a lot of tomatoes.
Nice. I love Italian food. To me, that's like, because you don't even you just need a handful of pasta, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And then you can throw butter in there, and I love like to make like cacio e pepe. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorites. And when you mentioned like the Asian cuisine, I was like, oh, The only Asian cuisine I make is the orange chicken from Trader Joe's.
Exactly.
So
it's like once in a while Thai food to me it seems so hard. I know it's not, but I'm just like scared. I'm like, it's gonna taste bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
yeah, and I mean, because I'm the same way. If I make something, I want to like do test runs before I actually make it for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like I have a mac and cheese recipe now that it's solid. Like everybody loves it. I can do it with ham or without ham sometimes I'll do it with andouille sausage. Because some people like that, some people don't.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I like it because it doesn't like dry. Because ham can get a little dry sometimes, but andouille sausage doesn't dry out or doesn't like as easily. So like, but it took me like a year of kind of like because I wouldn't make like. If I eat mac and cheese every week, I mean,
you're making it a few times a year.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be here right now. But so I would make it like like once a month. I would make it, and I'd be like, all right, well, I'm gonna try this next time, and I'm gonna tweak this little thing. And that's one thing I love about like when I talk to brewers, to kind of equate it to that is like, it's like this is good, but I want to just tighten the screws a little bit, or do that. It's like what's the like when you're I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but when you're in your process, like is that what's kind of going on in your head where you're just like I can make this, or like somebody will tell you this is the best beer I ever had, it's like but I can make it better.
And also I have a problem with when people tell me the beer's good. I'm like, are you lying to me to make me feel better, or do you actually mean that?
Tell me the truth.
So it's rough.
I don't know why I did the tell me that. It just reminded me like you can't handle the truth kind of thing.
I mean that's how it feels sometimes. It's just like I can't. You're right. I don't.
Yeah. But that's cool though. I mean that's to me like because I'm a perfectionist too. Like I will always want this to sound good. I obviously want anybody that's listening or like anybody like a guest to be on. I want them to be happy with it. Like I want to be able to because I want to showcase. Like I want to make sure like if somebody's listening to this, they're gonna be like, you know what, that place sounds so badass, and it clearly it is. Like I want to come down there. I want to check that place out. So I mean that's to me it's like. Always wanting it's never good enough. Yeah. We want to keep it going.
Yep. Truth.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear that?
I think the hangover's gone.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit pause here, but I think we're gonna grab one more beer.
Cool.
All right. So we're back. I got the Cerberus.
Yes.
And this is the
West Coast IPA.
All right.
6.66%.
Oh, 6.66. You know what's, I'll tell you off air, but it has to do with like those numbers. Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll tell you after.
So that is a pretty easy malt bill, but it's dry hopped with Idaho 7 Mosaic and Strata.
You're a wizard.
Thank you.
I was going to say you're a wizard, Harry, but that's not your name.
I still take the compliment.
Oh, yeah. No, that's delicious.
Thank you.
Because there's that little bit of bitter, but it's not like overbearing. And I love bitter beers. And maybe that's why I love like scotch and whiskey. Oh, not scotch, but like bourbon and like whiskey so much. But this is freaking delightful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. My time at Three Weavers, I learned a lot from Alex Noel. Mm-hmm. Her biggest thing, I guess the biggest thing that stuck with me is everything's all about balance. Mm-hmm. So not trying to do super crazy bitter.
Yeah.
But, it's good. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's so good. And, that's like, this is like, I always feel like, I always try to tell like the brewers too, because like I genuinely mean it. Like, because even when I go to like a brewery, I don't want to order something I don't like. Like, I don't want to like, I'm going to venture off. And like, because I know people that are like, I'm going to go and try this. But it's like, they'll order a stout or a porter. It's like, you're not even, and then they'll say, it's not good. It's like, you're not even a porter person or a stout person.
A normal untapped thing. It's like, this isn't my style, 1 star. Like, okay, well then don't drink it.
Why?
Why are you here?
Yeah. Seriously though. Yeah. I mean, I don't get that. Like, I don't get why you're going to go to a place, I want to be a stout person. Well, it's like, okay, well, then start with Guinness. Work your way
don't
up.
Start with Guinness.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Or Murphy's, yeah.
I'm going to get
No,
I'm making shit.
Oh no, you're
People
fine.
love Guinness, and it tastes like not salted soy sauce to me. That's what it tastes like.
Oh, that's what you get from it?
Gross.
Honestly, I don't drink. I mean, when I was younger, I loved Guinness. Every now once in a while now I'll have like, I honestly St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day I'll go get Murphy's, but they always sell out for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And because I guess it's because of St. Patty's Day, but I've always preferred Murphy's to Guinness. But yeah, I know like some people get that. It's almost like that. When some people eat, what's the
cilantro?
There you go, and they taste like soap. They taste like soap to me.
Huh?
It tastes super weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, not for me.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like, get that green shit out of here. Oh no, but yeah, I wanted to ask you, because the first thing when I heard of when I saw Cerberus, the first thing I thought was Severus. So I was like, are you into are you into movies or anything like that?
I famously am not into movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I've never seen Star Wars. I've never seen Harry
Interview
Potter.
zone. I'm just kidding.
I know. I'm sorry. This happens a lot. People are like, "You've never seen this movie?" And I'm like, "No." When I was a kid, I played outside a lot.
Oh, same. Yeah.
I played outside. I didn't watch movies, and then I don't know. I just never really I have to be. Sometimes I'm in the mood. Sometimes someone's like, "I need you to watch this movie with me," and I will
begrudgingly
be like, why?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I get cranky, and I'm like, I don't want to do this thing, and then I start watching the movie, and I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's happening all the time.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell me about this before?
Yeah. My boyfriend's like, you don't hate movies, you love them.
Yeah.
You just don't want to get committed to this 3-hour thing, and I'm like, that's exactly what it is. So yeah.
My brother Jake is the exact same way. When you get him to watch it, he's like, oh, one of the best movies I've ever seen.
The silliest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched. I don't even remember, but there was it was a dumb movie, and everyone in the room has already seen it a million times. It was like a suspense movie.
Oh, okay.
And someone just put it on randomly.
Yeah.
It was a big group of people, 6 of us.
Yeah.
And everyone was just talking, and I'm like, shh.
Yeah.
I'm
Could
trying.
you shut the fuck up over there, please?
I'm trying to watch this movie that you put on.
Yeah.
And they were all like, what? Why?
Yeah.
This is a really bad movie. And I'm like, I like it.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though too? I love obviously a great film or cinema and stuff like that. I'm a huge movie buff, but I also love if it's a really bad movie, I'm like it kind of makes me want to watch it because I'm like, all right. So at one point I remember I told my brother, I was like, we need to have a movie night, but it has to be nothing but bad movies, terrible movies, and everybody has to bring one. We'll crack open a bottle of Jameson, and we'll make a drinking game out of it.
Oh boy, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah, there was times where we didn't make it through. We would
first movie.
Yeah, we would be 45 minutes in, and we were just plastered.
Oh man.
Yeah, we did that a lot. We called it Drunken Smallville because I'm a big Superman fan. So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. Yeah, don't ever play Drunken Smallville.
Superman. I think my favorite superhero is probably Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man's awesome.
That's a good one. I like those movies. I have seen those movies. And I've seen some of the Batman movies. Okay. So I'm sort of there in the superhero realm-ish, a little.
It's like one of the 37 Batman movies.
Yeah. I've seen actually 2 maybe, or 3.
There you go. You're like, it was the Michael Keaton Batman.
It was either 2 or 3 Batmans. But,
either way.
I'm proud.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a different actor every time.
I mean, isn't it always?
Yeah, definitely. So one thing I was asked to, I always love to ask everybody, is if you have a hangover, what's your hangover cure? Was it a michelada?
So yeah, I was thinking about this on the way over because I was slightly hungover.
Yeah.
But yeah, sleep is my cure, honestly. But in between sleep, there is Thai food.
There you go.
And micheladas, probably.
Awesome.
And that's my cure. Water. I like a lot of liquids. I will have 6 different drinks on my nightstand.
There you go. I'm the same way.
Flat water. I need fizzy water. I need soda. On top of my fizzy water.
Yeah.
A michelada, lots of liquids, and Thai food. I love soup. I love like ramen, or like like tom yum soup is my favorite. But yeah.
Do you ever like to? I mean, this might sound like a stupid question, but do you ever like to cook when you're hungover?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess it depends on the setting. Because at home, no.
Yeah.
I'll just get delivery or whatever. But there have been multiple times where I'm like on a trip and you're at an Airbnb with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And I love cooking breakfast. Like,
I love same.
Like for the group. That's like my favorite thing. So yes, like in that case, yeah, I'll get up and, be the one to be like, here's breakfast, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
eat it and like it.
Yeah. Or don't. I don't care.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way though, because I guess I've never really thought about it, like that aspect of it, but I think I'm a pretty productive hungover person.
I used to be. I used to clean. Like I would wake up and I'd be like, I need to clean my entire house right now.
Yeah. That'll make my hangovers go away.
That was when I was young, when you're like 22 and you're like, I'm just going to work through this. And now I'm like, I'm dead for 3 days.
Oh, yeah. Usually, it's great. It's like, because I do take vitamins and stuff. Like, I always, like, people know that now. Like, I'll take vitamins in the morning. I'll do a men's one a day, as old as that sounds, and vitamin C. So I'll do that. But then I'll also, like, I'll get up and I'll make breakfast. And so, yeah, I guess I am, like, pretty productive. I mean, I'm here, so.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But, and I think we went to sleep about 2 o'clock last night. I told my buddy, I was like, I can't stay up late, bro. Like, because we were out in Upland. It's like, I can't stay up late. But I hadn't seen them in, like, months. And my goddaughter is, his daughter. So I was like, all right, well, I haven't been out there. So I went out there. And, it all went to hell real fast.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're with your friends.
Yeah.
They make you make bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They force you.
Yeah.
They're like, do you want another beer? And you say yes. That's jerks.
Exactly. They just twist your arm.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get over this ever. It's just so good.
Good.
I love the logo too.
Thanks.
Yeah. Because it's like, it's simple, but it's like, it's so good. And I love like the kind of color contrast, because I love blue. Blue is my favorite color. So when I can see like a bluish white and like even like with the yellow in there too, it's like with the sun. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think the like Hermosa has its own logo. It's on the shirts.
Yeah.
But like Hermosa Beach has a logo, and it's definitely intertwined with the brewery's logo.
That's awesome. And you said that they all grew up in like South Bay, right? Or the two owners?
I don't know about growing up, but they live there.
Oh, okay.
They have lived there. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I do always ask too. So like the locals only, like if you're in the area, do you is there or do you have your favorite spots to go to? Like if you're just going out, either for other than having a drink here, if you're going out for a drink, or if you're getting a burger, or if you're a burger person. I know some people aren't. So.
Not in Torrance. I don't hang out here.
Yeah. Oh no, but in Long.
But okay, I'm I don't hang out.
Yeah. I'm by the water.
I hang out in I hang out at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love drinking at Bottle Craft.
Okay.
In Long Beach.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where I like to go to drink usually.
Yeah.
Also, Steel Craft's out there, so I get smog there, but I can also get it right here because we're down the street. And just normal dive bars. But then for food, man.
Maybe your favorite Thai places.
Favorite Thai places. There's a place called Manao. It's on Broadway and Loma in Long Beach. That place is bomb.
Yeah.
It's so good. They have a lot of street food items. That's my most favorite thing about it. But then there's also a place called Thai District that's way closer to me.
Yeah.
And that's where you get your noodles and stuff. So super, super good.
Nice.
Yeah, I go to those places. There's a little Mexican restaurant bakery called Tito's.
Okay.
Best breakfast burritos to ever exist.
Awesome. What are your normal, if you're ordering a breakfast burrito, what's in it?
Standard eggs and cheese. Mm-hmm. I like potatoes, but they have to be crispy.
Yeah.
And I like carne asada or chili verde for breakfast burritos. Or
I see that.
If they don't have that, bacon. It's bacon. Okay. I've been obsessed with BLTs lately.
Awesome.
Also bacon. Murphy's is another place I like to drink and eat BLTs at.
Nice.
Yeah, that's on 2nd Street. Yeah. So those are top. Well, and then pizza. Pizza's important. Fourth Horseman's my favorite pizza place.
Nice. And is that in Long Beach?
That's in Long Beach, yeah.
Okay.
On 4th and Pacific.
That was going to be my next question because I wanted to ask, like, pizza, wings, or burger. Like, if you were going to pair one of those with a beer, what's your personal preference?
Personal preference, it's not a burger. Not that I don't like burgers, but that's not my first choice.
Yeah.
I love chicken wings.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love pizza too.
Yeah.
So that's a hard question.
Are you a thin crust, thick crust, in between? Are you a tweener? Yes to all of it. Stuffed crust is
I like deep dish, but I like deep dish in the sense that it's like just focaccia.
Yeah.
I just want focaccia with stuff
bread,
on top of it.
Yeah.
Because I've had there's a place called Rance's in Long Beach too that does traditional Chicago style deep dish.
Okay.
And it wasn't really my vibe.
Yeah.
When I had it, I was like, maybe I don't like deep dish.
Yeah.
I do like crispy pizza.
Mm-hmm. Same.
With the semolina flour on the bottom with when it's crumbly and it gets all over you. It's so good.
You gotta use 12 napkins.
Yeah. And you're just brushing yourself off after you eat it.
Yeah.
I like crispy. I would say that's probably my favorite. But I'm not gonna discriminate.
Oh yeah. Pizza's pizza.
Yeah.
Pineapple?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely pineapple on pizza. And so there's 2 pizza places I love in Long Beach. One of them is Fourth Horseman, and the other one is Little Coyote. And I haven't eaten at Little Coyote in months because they didn't have pineapple as a topping.
Oh.
And they just got it on their menu.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to go back.
Yeah. And you're taking my money.
Yeah. But pineapple jalapeno is my favorite.
Okay. I mean, I'm not a pineapple person, per se. But I appreciate the contrast between the sweet and the spicy.
Savory, yeah.
Sweet and savory, yeah. I do pepperoni jalapeno sometimes, but I love if there's hot honey, get out. Get out of here. I'm in. Let's do this thing.
Get out of here. No, come back.
Yeah. Bring it all in.
What time is it? 10 o'clock.
Oh, something happened?
I think someone's here. Yeah, someone walked in. Sorry.
Someone is breaking in. No, you're totally fine. You know what? One thing I even when it comes to stuff if you ever hear background noise and stuff like that, when I first started, I was like, oh fuck, I would worry about that. But then I would have friends or I would have random people message me and be like, oh hey, I actually really love that. So, all right, and we're back again. So I had to hit a quick pause because the owner Jorge showed up and I had to go over there and shake his hand. Super nice guy. Seemed like he's, just a hard ass worker. So, gotta love that. He's over there moving kegs. I do also want to ask you because we talked about the pizza stuff and, but do you like In-N-Out?
I love In-N-Out.
Same. I could go there every day, but like I said, I'd probably the mac and cheese thing.
Die.
Yeah, I might not be here right now if that had happened. What's your In-N-Out order? Because obviously being in California, it's a big proponent for a big thing for us. Yeah,
it is. I have 2. One of them is plain cheeseburger, meat, cheese, and bun, because I'm a child.
That's how I order my food.
Really?
But I don't order that specific. I used to get a 4x4. Mm-hmm. Now I get 3 Flying Dutchmen.
Okay.
Yeah,
on top of each other or separate?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you put it on your fries or something, or you just eat it like that?
I don't get it in my chocolate vanilla shake.
Okay.
Yeah. People like every time I tell people that, they're like, "You're fucking like, are you like a serial killer or
no,
like you a psychopath?"
No, it's okay. I'm not going to judge you for that. That's fine.
Yeah.
So that's one, and then the other one is regular cheeseburger, no onion.
Okay.
Chopped chilies.
Okay.
Extra crispy bun.
Nice. I didn't even know you could order that.
I know. Isn't that weird? I know someone that worked there, and he was like, you can definitely order an extra crispy bun. Because I was like, I love when it's crispy and it's your last bite and it's not soggy. And he was like, you can order it that way. I was like, okay. Yeah, do that.
I never knew that.
It's so good. Oh, well, you don't get a bun, so.
Oh, no, but before, like, because honestly, I didn't start doing, like, the Flying Dutchman because I was, like, trying to watch my figure, you know? So I was...
as you drink beer.
Yeah, as I'm drinking beer, yeah, because I think it's because I drink too much beer. When I was, like, eventually, because I used to just order the 4x4, and I was like, oh, I'm good with that. I would get 4x4, cheese fries, chocolate vanilla shake, and maybe a 7-Up. But it would be a 7-Up if I'm eating there. If not, I would have, you know, a Kirkland sparkling water at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody always said, like, oh, like, what are you, like, what is that? But it's this sweet and savory, like we mentioned earlier. And yeah, but In-N-Out's my, yeah. I'm like, I just like.
I might go today.
Yeah. Burgers are going like they always see like, you know, see like, oh, like when we were kids, like you would see like those cartoons with the sheep or like they're counting sheep.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing burger.
In-N-Out burgers.
Yeah. Like totally see Flying Dutchman. Yeah, going over there. But I love the chopped chilies things. But yeah, honestly, my mind's blown now because I did not know you can get an extra crispy bun.
Yeah.
Have you ever had their grilled cheese?
Yeah. So I was a pescatarian. I didn't eat beef or pork or chicken.
Okay.
For 4 years, and yeah, lots of grilled cheeses consumed by me. Really tasty. That was actually kind of the turning point because my whole life was plain cheeseburger, meat cheese bun, and then I put my own ketchup on it as I please. And then when I wasn't eating beef, I would get grilled cheese, and it has all the, you know, lettuce, tomato, spread, cheese, whatever. And embarrassingly, I would get it with a whole grilled onion and then take it off because I don't like onions, but I like the flavor.
Yeah. So. Oh, yeah. I think we're like best friends right now.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to eat the whole onion, but I want that like caramelized, like
for sure
deliciousness.
Yeah.
Like just the juice. So that's what I used to get. Grilled cheese, delicious.
Yeah. When I make chili, because I don't know if you're a chili person, but I'll make chili. I'll put onion powder, or I'll strain the onion out.
Yep, same. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to make a cookbook for people that don't eat onions, because it's literally.
I'm telling you, like we're fucking best friends now. Yes. Because like I tell my girlfriend Beto or Veronica, she was like, "How do you not like onions? They're so good." I was like, "Oh, I love the flavor they give off." But if I bite into one of those fuckers, I'm done. I know. I'm
it ruins my whole meal. I'm having a bad time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My mom used to try to hide little...
Oh, my gosh. Mine, too. She would put it in the food processor. And then she's like, you can't even tell they're there. And I'm, like, gagging.
My mom would say the same. She's like, you can't even taste it. It's like, I fucking just bit into one. Who puts onions in a mac and cheese?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Mom. I love you. You're a sweetheart. And I appreciate you doing that. But, I mean, I appreciate you cooking for me, but... You done fucked up when it came to those onions.
Out of there.
Oh yeah, they're so terrible. Honestly, thank you for saying that, because I mean I'm like, you know, there's not very many people that where you tell them like, oh, I hate onions, and then people are like, they look at me like I'm crazy. It's like,
that's the other thing too, is I don't want to hate them.
Yeah,
I try them on a regular basis, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's still gross.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah, it's still not good. It's a texture thing for me.
It is.
Yeah,
it's like you're crunching on a bug. I also don't like celery or water chestnuts. Gross.
Yeah, we're exactly the same. Because to me, it's just like, I don't like mind celery. I'll eat it if it's there. It's almost like lettuce for me, like lettuce on a taco.
I like
when people, I don't mind it, but I would prefer not to have it in there. Mm-hmm. Like, just give me meat, some chile or hot sauce or whatever on there.
Yeah.
What more do you need?
Yeah.
You throw raw onions on there. Then
yeah. I also in that situation, I've started to just take the cilantro, but I also am okay with not having any cilantro in my life.
Yeah.
Unless it's like in salsa. If it's blended in and like that belongs there. But no.
Yeah, it's weird. Just by itself, because it tastes like soap to me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you have, we talked about that.
Yeah. Not good.
Not good.
Before we finish up, because this has been honestly super fun. Honestly, wasn't expecting it to take the turn down to food, and I love that. Though.
I know.
It's great.
I know.
But before we do, when you next time you order a cheeseburger, just get us the smallest shake you can get, and just tear off one piece of it, but just the plain cheeseburger, because you just do meat and cheese. Just do that one little piece, dunk it in the shake, and see what. Just send me a message, like,
All right.
I'm not gonna say your world's gonna be rocked or anything like that, but
I mean, I kind of get it. I dip chicken nuggets and French fries into Wendy's Frosties on a regular basis.
Wendy's Frosties are so good.
They're good.
Yeah.
And so are the chicken nuggets. They have, another controversial thing. They have the best chicken sandwich to ever exist. It's the Asiago Ranch
I don't think I've had that.
Club sandwich with spicy chicken. It is so much better than like Chick-fil-A. I hate Chick-fil-A.
Okay. The line sucks.
The line sucks.
Yeah.
The food. I'm not gonna. I like the nuggets at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Do not I don't understand these stupid freaking sandwiches. Like, why?
Yeah. Well, even the whole Popeyes thing at one point, like everybody was
really
like,
good. I had one.
Yeah.
The other
Popeyes
day.
is delicious.
Yeah.
But I haven't eaten there in like 5 years because I got food poisoning the last time I went. I was like, I'm not going back. I can't do it.
Eek.
Yeah. And it was the gravy.
Ew! How did you know?
Because I ate the chicken and I had saved the mashed potatoes because I was already full because I bought like Cajun shrimp. It was like shrimp and it was like the shrimp and tackle box, I think it was, whatever it's called. So I had like the shrimp and I had little popcorn chicken and everything. I was fine for hours. Like after I ate, then I was like, well, I'm gonna heat up the mashed potatoes before I go to bed because I got home way back when I used to get off work at like 2:45 in the afternoon. And then I was fine throughout that whole time. And then about 2 hours after I ate the mashed potato, and it just tasted funny. I only had 2 bites because I was like, this tastes weird. I don't know what it is. So I tossed it. I only had 2 bites, and it felt like someone was stabbing me in the stomach. It's like, nope, I'm good.
Ick.
Yeah. Ew.
Icky.
H's are ill. That's what they say. And was it, what was it, Jimmy Fallon? I think they did that.
Yeah, okay. Literally, ew, I can't ill.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely try the burger on there. The chicken, though, I do love spicy nuggets from the Biggie. I'm like a child, too. Like, I get the Biggie bag. I get a double stack plain, spicy chicken nuggets. I'll order an extra 6-piece chicken nuggets and then a Frosty.
Yes. My people.
Yeah. Is that pretty much your order?
Well, I don't eat the beef there. I just go for the chicken sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Mostly.
Yeah.
And then, but I love the nuggets.
Yeah.
French fries are okay.
Yeah, I actually
McDonald's
like
has
the
the
French
best
fries.
French
Yeah, McDonald's is freaking.
They have the best French fries on the market. But I hate I don't want to support McDonald's, but also once in a while you just need it.
Yeah.
Best breakfast situation.
Oh yeah, and honestly, I rarely go there for I want to say maybe once a year I'll go for dinner, but when those bastards bring back the Shamrock Shake, it's like all right, I'm there.
Yeah.
Love mint chip or anything mint.
Yes.
I'm down. But yeah, I feel like Wendy's nuggets are better than
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They have the best. Yeah. Besides Chick-fil-A, but those are actual chunks of meat.
Oh yeah. I think this turned into a Nuggets podcast.
We're going to talk about burgers and pizza and chicken nuggets.
Thai food and noodles, and I'm a ramen person. You a ramen person?
I am a ramen person.
Oh, okay. To me, the spicier, the better. Are you a spicy person?
I'm a spicy person, but not too much.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I ate 2 bites of a chicken wing that was...
What kind of, was it crazy?
Oh my
Like
gosh.
Carolina Reaper or something like that?
I have no idea. So one of our regulars brought this container in of wings, and he's like, how's your spice tolerance? And I was like, I'd like to think that it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
And he said, here, have a chicken wing. And so I took a bite, and they're all watching me in suspense. And I was like,
what did you give me?
What's happening? And then I take another bite like an idiot. And
yeah.
I realized what they meant.
Yeah.
Why they were looking at me like that. And I was like, oh. And he goes, yeah, I have to sign a waiver to get these. And I'm like, my guy.
You didn't ask me to sign a waiver.
You should start there. Yeah. You should start with, how's your spice tolerance? I have to sign a waiver to get these.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah. Thanks, you jerk.
I told him all day. He kept trying to talk to me. I was like, we're in a fight. Don't speak to me.
We're not on speaking terms right now.
I'm mad at you. I'll see you next week. Bye.
For me, the wings are the spicier the better. But
I'm like a lemon pepper.
Okay.
Regular, like medium buffalo.
Gotcha.
Type lady. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Like, I'll have to tell you some stories after.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm rambling about food.
We could also, you can edit it out.
Oh no. But I love it because it's just organic. Like, and it feels like we're just talking, and plus we found out we're food best friends. So yeah. But Tales from the Tap Room is one thing I always like to talk about. Do you have any funny stories from the tap room, or like brewing stories, or?
I have all kinds of stories,
but
I will tell you my worst cellar mistake I've ever made. I love telling the story. I was carrying, it was like a month after I started working at Three Weavers.
Okay.
And I was carrying a hose, and I wasn't being willy-nilly. I was carrying this hose. I was dragging it a little bit, but those hoses are so long compared to any other brewery hose I've ever worked with.
Yeah.
It was behind me, and I wasn't doing anything crazy, but I bumped the bottom valve on a tank.
Oh, no.
And it popped off.
Oh, shit.
Completely.
Yeah.
And in my brain, I heard the liquid coming out of the tank, and I was like, oh, I opened the valve on accident. So I turned around to go close it, and there's no valve. And I was like, oh, no. This is on a, dry hopped, crashed, ready to be transferred West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
Wow. I found the valve, and I opened it, because when you do this, you have to open the valve to get it back on.
Yeah.
I got a new gasket, or I grabbed a few, actually, and I'm, trying to shove this thing on, and just getting sprayed in the face, and 32-degree beer is painful. It hurts your eyes. It hurts your skin. It hurts your ears. It is not fun.
No.
And it was February, so it's cold already.
Yeah.
So I tried to get it on. I couldn't. There was one other person in the building. I'm like, Tim, come help me, please.
Yeah.
Help.
Get me out of here.
And he comes over. He tried. Couldn't get it on. And then someone else walked in. And he's looking, and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, what the fuck do you think is going on? Do you
not see all this shit flowing everywhere?
Do you see this tank emptying
right before your eyes? It's fucking raging waters over here.
And he goes, okay. And he went in the office and set down all his stuff. And he comes over.
All nonchalant?
Yeah. He's just super calm. And I'm like, okay, whatever. You're like, good luck, buddy.
Yeah. He popped it right on.
He just got it on. And I was like, fuck.
You're a son of a bitch.
Dang it.
Yeah.
No, but Andy was the hero that day, and sort of, because then at some point we lost all the pressure in the tank, so I opened the blow off because I didn't want to create a vacuum and implode the tank, because then we have two problems on our hands.
Yeah.
And so he got it on, but it was for nothing, because we had to call Alex and tell her what happened, and she said, thank you for opening that valve, but now we have to dump the tank.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I cried.
Yeah. I didn't mean it.
I cried. The owner came in, Lynn Weaver. She came in, and she was walking by, and she's like, are you okay? And I was like, I think so. And she's like, it's just beer. And I was like, that was the nicest thing you could ever say.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, man. That's, yeah.
Crazy. That's my most memorable, worst, best story of working in a brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was really cool for, you said the wife to come in and say, like, hey, yeah, it's just beer.
The owner.
Yeah, owner. Sorry, my bad.
She's the owner.
Yeah, one of the owners. Is there multiple owners?
Well, no, she's the owner.
Oh, she's just single owner. Nice. I love that.
I mean, there's investors, but she's the owner.
Okay, and that was at Three Weavers?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's there on the.
I thought maybe because it was Three Weavers because they were all Weavers.
The Three Weavers are her daughters.
Oh, got it. Okay, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find that can I was telling you about earlier before I leave. But that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it made me feel at peace. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were like, fuck, like at that point you're like, all right, well, I'm out.
Yeah, well, because I had worked there for a month, so I was like, I'm gonna get fired.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna let me go. And then our like, so there's Lynn, and then we had like a, the person that like actually ran the whole building. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what she's the controller, but she did everything. She's amazing. Still my friend Chelsea.
Yeah.
She was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Thank you for not letting it be Seafarer, which is the Kolsch."
Yeah.
She's like, "If it had been Seafarer, I might murder you."
Yeah. She's like, "I might be fucking pissed right now."
But you had to pick.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, it was. Everyone was pretty chill about it. It flooded the parking lot. I had to clean that.
Oh shit.
It was bad.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're like Cinderella that day, just hosing everything down, probably.
Yeah, and I was brewing at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, that sounds like a tough day.
Yeah.
To say the least. But honestly, thank you for being on the show.
Yeah,
this is super fun for me, and one thing I love is, like I said, we can kind of get into other stuff because it's not. I mean, we want to talk about the brewing side. We want to talk about the beer and all that sort of stuff. But then also you can kind of get to know someone on a genuinely personal level. I love that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for the beer. It's so good.
You're welcome.
You killed it.
Thank you.
And I'm going to tell you, you guys don't get to listen to this, but I'm going to tell her the story behind the 6.66 thing that was mentioned earlier.
Yes.
So stay tuned for the outro. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thank you again. Thank you, Jorge, for letting me come down here. I said thank you for letting me come down here. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks again.
Cool. Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Adrianne Hodap? Or was it Hodap on tap?
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care. All right, guys. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, Adrianne was such a sweetheart. We're In-N-Out, like I said, In-N-Out Burger Bros now. So she orders it just like I do. Meat and cheese. What more does a man need? Or a woman, for that matter. I'm going to end this show. Oh, you know what? Before I end it, I'm going to mention, so I actually recorded with Aloha State Beer this past Sunday. So that episode will be out next week. I really hope you guys enjoy that one. That was a fun one because obviously we got to talk about the breweries out there because he's from Oahu. His name is Alexander. Really nice guy. And being able to talk about the breweries out there, all the different foods and stuff like that because I have family out there. So them growing up, really just a really overall just good dude. And we also talked about the Maui fires and everything like that. So thoughts and prayers out to them as well. Hopefully the families out there can, fight their way through this. Hawaiian strong forever, baby. Throw up the shaka for you. But I'm going to take a drink of this beer here. So I recorded with the Aloha State Beer. And then the week after that episode's going to be the Brewski Bonds episode from the Chug World Order. That one will be out. Then I think I'm recording with Bruiser Drew down in Texas on Instagram. But then I also have some other ones coming up. So just kind of give a little rundown. Should be recording with Dylan from Oak and Otter in the next 2 weeks. Oak and Otter Brewing up in San Luis Obispo. Also going to be recording. Well, we're in the talks right now. Nothing's set in stone. We're trying to figure out a date. But Nick Pavlina, the co-founder and director of brewing of Humble Sea, super stoked about that. I'm already working on some clips for that stuff. So, or working on a reel to make for that. Really cool thing. I'm like super excited about it. I just want to give a couple shout outs too, because one especially to Romeo and Juliet, to Jeff and Taylor. They're so cool, man. I want to try to. We might actually do something together. We're trying to. Him and I have been talking. Actually, need to reach out to him because it's been a week or two. So I need to reach out to him. But we want to do a little something, kind of based off what happened in the thank you episode. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. And then who else I got? Probably might be recording with Angry Horse Brewing in Montebello. Also the Berry Godmother out in Atlanta. So got a lot of stuff going on. So got that, and I think that's about it right now. There's a few other breweries, and I'm sorry if I'm forgetting. But we got some good stuff coming. Oh, also going to record with Lucy from Louie's Liquor. I think sometime in either late September or early October. Snacks on Tap. Going to be doing that with them as well. So saw Juan at King's last week, but I'm going to shut up now. But what I am going to do, because I'm going to end it with a football quote. It's not from a college football movie. I was going to do the Rudiger thing, the Rudy Rudiger's nothing wrong with being a Rudiger. But I'm going to go from I'm going to give a little quote from a little movie I like to call The Replacements. It says, pain heals, chicks dig scars, glory lasts forever. Hope you enjoyed the episode, Dad Fam.